Have you ever wished that you could visit the museum from Animal Crossing New Horizons in real life? Well, now you sort of can. So last fall, Nintendo started this cool collaboration with an aquarium in Seattle, and they basically decorated the whole aquarium Animal Crossing themed. Like they had the music and the characters and all this stuff, and it went really well. So this summer, they expanded this series to a whole bunch more locations. As you can see over on the Nintendo website here, they added 8 more cities to the list. A couple of them have already concluded as of when I'm filming this, but some of them are still going. So the one in Boston is still open until mid-December. The one in Arizona, which is where I went, is still going for another 2 weeks. The one in Kansas City just started yesterday as of when I'm filming this. And then there's one in Tennessee that will start around the holiday season and go till the end of February. And so, like I said, I went to the one in Arizona about a week or two ago, and it was so much fun. I filmed the whole thing, and I thought it would be fun to kind of show you all what it was like and what I did. All right, so here we are pulling up to the front of the aquarium. There was also like a Legoland thing attached to it, and you have the option to buy tickets for both. They had this fun Lego sculpture outside. I didn't do the Lego thing. I was just there for the aquarium. I'm there for the boys. There they are, our beloved Timmy and Tommy. But yeah, so this is the aquarium. It's attached to a mall, which is kind of interesting. I had no idea that they did that, but it was kind of fun. And right as you enter, there's this huge poster that you can take photos with, which I totally did. And they've also got cutouts of the characters throughout the whole aquarium. I got to see the man himself, my dude Tom, got to touch his hand. And here's the first room. So I did mute my audio clips because they were kind of crazy, but the whole inside of the aquarium, they're playing Animal Crossing music. They had like the villager hunting music, like when you're on a Nook Miles Ticket Island. So I put that audio in so you can get the full vibes. But I loved this first room. They literally set it up exactly how it looks in the game. They had the little freshwater turtle dudes, which are totally also in the game, which was exciting, and all sorts of other fish as well. And they did have some signs up around the aquarium, and you could scan the codes on them to like get more information about what fish you could see, because there's all sorts of fishies in here. Some of them are ones that are featured in the game, some are not. So it's kind of a good mix. And there are also just like regular posters that let you know what's in the tanks, but it was just so much fun going and seeing them all. They were also decorated for Halloween since it was just Halloween, so there's a lot of skeletons and graves all over the place. You might notice that as we go from room to room. And here my sister's showing on her phone, yeah, this is basically what happens if you scan one of the codes. They kind of highlight the fish that are in the game, like they were showing there's bluegill in this case, which there's bluegill in the game, and then there's just info if you scroll down on all the other different fishies. I love this little ghosty in this tank with all these little itty bitty fishies. They were so cute. I honestly don't know what a lot of them were because I kind of didn't take the time to look at all the signs, but it was just a fun experience, even if you don't know what you're looking at. Like, fish are cool. It was fun. And in this room, they had an axolotl. There's actually 2. There's one. There's Dr. Shrunk himself, an icon, and then there's another little one kind of off to the side as well. It was so much fun getting to just see who was out in all the tanks. And even when the tanks didn't have a ton of fish, it was still beautiful. Got this little dude in here, and it was just pretty seeing all of like the plants and stuff. And there's Gulliver, one of my faves. He's passed out, he's dead, but that's okay. We still love him anyways. I didn't even notice him at first, so it like fully jump scared me. It was like really funny. But yeah, there's all these little fishies, swim with the pumpkins. Here's a little bit better picture of Gulliver just passed out on the beach here. I love that there's like a tombstone next to him. Like, yeah, he dead. He gone. I don't know what this fish is. I feel like it looks like a red snapper, but I don't know. I love this guy. I love this man. That's me. That's me as a fish. I was just obsessed staring at him. He was just sitting there, not moving. He was not having a good time. He looked very uncomfortable. I'm like, that's me at parties. That's me anytime I'm in public. I just want to go home. I don't want to be here. Yeah, and they were like little sharky dudes. Those kind of look like the little, like the fake sharks in the game. I like did not get good footage of Isabel in this room because there were children everywhere, but Isabel, the queen, she was there. I was so excited, just seeing all the little cutouts, and I will show you later, you got little like stamp pages, and it was like an actual stamp rally, just like in the game, when they have like the stamp rally at the museums. So you get a stamp every time you meet one of the characters. And over here there's a sign. Yes, there's a horseshoe crab in this tank, which it took me a minute to find him, but there he is. Isn't he so cute? I love the way they like walk around. They're so silly. It just made me have like a new appreciation for them because I feel like they're kind of gross in the game. Like when they flip over on your beach, but they're so cute in real life. They're just like hanging out, scuttling along. I thought it was so precious. All right, and now we're getting into what I think would be more like deep sea fishies. They had moray eels. They're so beautiful. I didn't realize it was a moray at first because they look completely different, like colored than in the game, but I guess they come in a ton of colors, and they had these cool like leopard spot looking ones. They were so freaking cool, and they're so huge. I feel like the camera footage doesn't really do justice to how big some of these fish are, but he was a big boy. And Blathers let us know on this sign that it is in fact a moray eel. I was glad that I did. I recognized. I was like, that has to be a moray. My sisters were not sure though. And they had more hanging out in these little pots. They were just napping, and that's so precious. I didn't know that they just like slink up in a little pot like that. They're like cats in a way, just curling up wherever. And then this was a really cool room. It was basically totally round, and the tank went all around you in a 360, and it's just these fishies swimming around in circles. It was super cool. One of the signs said there's supposed to be a spiny lobster in here, but I totally didn't see it. I think he might have been sleeping inside one of the pots, just because, you know, some of them are gonna sleep. They had these little like bubble things you could crawl into and basically get a closer look at the fish. They're very low down to the ground, as you can see. They're definitely sized more for children. These are my sisters, by the way. These are not random humans. Cassidy kept hitting her head on it, which was hilarious. But yeah, it was really fun. They had all these areas where you can like get closer to the fish and kind of be right up in their business. It was really fun. I did go inside of one, which you'll see in a bit here. And yeah, this tank, I already forgot what these little dudes were, but they're so pretty. Honestly, it was so fun. I haven't been to an aquarium since I was a kid. And I'm really glad that I went. Obviously, I went like for the Animal Crossing stuff, but I just wanted to kind of see the fish in general because I haven't been to an aquarium in forever, and it was so magical. Okay, and this tank had so many stingrays. It was so cool. These were pretty little guys. You'll see some bigger stingrays later on, but it was so fun. There's also this little shark over here, and it was so funny. There were some kids like, oh my gosh, how does the shark not eat everyone? And this one kid was like, oh, it's because they're trained. I don't know why I thought that was hilarious. I was like, yeah, they're like training the sharks not to eat them. I thought that was adorable. This is just like another view of the same tank. They had lots of different angles you could go see, and yeah, some of the stingrays would come really up close to you. And again, there's another sign with Blathers telling you all about the little stingray dudes. Very, very cute. Then we got to meet a super famous celebrity. We met Finding Nemo himself. I was honestly starstruck. I was so shook to see him and his buddy Dory over here. It was pretty incredible. You can also faintly see there's one of those like cleaner shrimps back there, which are also in Finding Nemo. So that was cute. They kind of put all the Nemo fish in one tank, which I think is pretty cute. And yeah, there's another one of these little bubble thingies, which you'll see in a sec. I did go into one. Oh, there's Cassidy in one. And then I decided to take a turn. Very scratchy on the inside, very hard to see through. But yeah, that was the inside of the tank. I was cracking up at the decor in this one. There's like a mermaid skeleton just hanging out, and then this guy down here just like screaming. So relatable. Again, that's me. He's just screaming, holding on, like, please don't leave me behind. Love that for us. This tank claimed there was a pufferfish. I did not see the pufferfish just because he obviously wasn't puffed up, because I think they only do that when they're stressed out. But yeah, I don't know who he was. Here was the star of the show, our queen. I think her name is Ziva. Basically, they told us that there's 2 rescue turtles at this museum. Or not museum, aquarium. One of them we didn't see because she was like napping, but this girly, she was swimming all over the place. And you can kind of see the tank is pretty big. There's actually people on the other side faintly. So as you're like going throughout the aquarium, you get to see like different angles of this big tank. But she was so cool. And yeah, one of the people was telling us that she's a rescue because, okay, quick pause. I'm pretty sure that's a coelacanth. Absolutely shook. So excited to see the coelacanth. But yeah, I guess this turtle, she has a collapsed lung, so she's not healthy enough to be out in the wild. So she's here, and it was really exciting seeing her. Every time she swam by, I was like freaking out. Also, side note, for this particular aquarium, there was like staff all throughout the whole thing, and everyone was super nice. Everyone had like pride pins and pronoun badges. Love to see it. Love to see that. It felt so happy and welcoming and inclusive, so that was kind of a bonus. I don't know about the other aquariums in this tour, but yeah, it was a great time. I was like super happy. But yeah, this tank is like so cool. And that's one of the views of one of the really big stingrays. They were telling us there's 2 really, really big stingrays they have, and their names are Itchy and Scratchy, which I think is adorable. There's our turtle again, trying to get around the wall. It was just so much fun just watching them swim around, and sometimes they'd come up close to you and then they'd swim on the far side. It was really, really cool. And yeah, there were like some sharks. There was all sorts of stuff in this tank. And yeah, there's like this massive skeleton in there as well, which is kind of neat. Here's a zebra turkey fish from the game. I'm shook. They're so stunning in person. I feel like they're kind of ugly in the game and annoying. Like when you catch one, you're like, oh, I wish I caught something more valuable. But oh my god, they're so beautiful. I was stunned. I was shook. I don't know what that one is. Maybe, is that a pufferfish? Or is that just another zebra? But that one's definitely a zebra turkey fish in the back. Like I said, there's just lots of different angles and views of like the same tank, so you can kind of walk around and see everything. They had this cool room with like all the different diving symbols. They had information on like sharks and like shark fin soup and like don't eat that and all that stuff. I got like a big wide angle shot, but I loved all the like skeletons and fossils they had out too. I thought that was kind of neat, having the giant like Nessie sculpture. Yeah, there was like info on like shark fin soup, and there were some little sharkies in here. Poor babies. Well, that's me in my cute little outfit. I was trying to be very like shoujo anime girl vibes. Gotta look cute to impress the fish, you know? I wonder if they can even really see, because I feel like the glass is so thick. It's like, can they even see us really? Or are they just like vibing? Do they know they're being stared at? I honestly don't know. I think maybe they can faintly see. This little one had some more little fishies, some more like the Nemo fish. We had Dory there. I loved all the random eyeballs, because yeah, this was right before Halloween when we went. And then they had info on what was actually in there. It was cool. They had like, yeah, some of the clams and stuff that are in the game too, not just like the fish. These little dudes, I think they're called like razor fish. They look like razors. They're literally so skinny. I'm like, what? Who is he? What's he doing? What's your workout routine? Drop the workout routine. Literally paper thin. I'm like, where are their organs? Where does their food go? Oh my god, this fish in the back, I was like staring at the skeleton's butt. Bruh. He looked so scared. He was like, what is this man's doing? Why is this guy's butt in my house? I was just cracking up at that. I thought that was the funniest. He was just so concerned. And then yeah, there were several tanks with seahorses. There were a couple in that last one, and then this one was like all seahorses. They're so freaking pretty. I've always loved seahorses, but this made me love them even more. They look like so magical, the way they just like kind of float around. And then yeah, I think that's one of the giant clams that like you can catch. Yeah, I was pointing. I was like, oh my god, that's the giant clam that's like really hard to catch when you go diving. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, just like maybe a different color. But yeah, it was so cool seeing everything. And this was like the final room that you go through. Basically, the tank just goes fully around you, and you're like walking through this tube. This is basically the other side of that turtle room we were in earlier. You can see like the head of the skeleton. But yeah, so the turtles were swimming around. And then, yeah, you'll see the two really big stingrays swim by a couple times in this area. They were really cool. And like I said, I feel like my camera did not do justice to how big they are. They were absolutely massive. I would say they're both like bigger than a tire for sure. Like they were massive. But just the way it angles, you kind of can't tell. Yeah, it's like a full 360. Yeah, this guy here, he's literally like, they're like bigger than truck tires. They look tiny on screen, but they were absolutely massive dudes. It was really cool seeing them up close. And this was where I realized that the floor is glass too. I didn't realize you could see through, but you can faintly see the little stingray swimming underneath us. I thought that was so neat. It's like a full 360. And that's kind of, I'm pretty sure there's a room like that in Animal Crossing, which is cool. So it really did feel like we were like in the museum. I don't know if they tried to pick aquariums that already had rooms set up like the museum, or like how they picked the aquariums that they did. But okay, this footage is really hard to see. You can faintly see they were feeding the turtle her lunch. So you can faintly see they're dropping down like globs of lettuce for her, and she is just gobbling them up. Her head is kind of like middle bottom of the screen. But yeah, I apologize. It's a little hard to see because the lights were kind of intense shining on the water, but she was having her lunch and we're all just watching her eat. It was really, really, really cute and wholesome. And here's some more views of those giant stingrays just living their best lives, swimming around. Some other like deep sea ocean fishies. And then finally at the end we had Pascal. Here's like a cute photo I took with him. There was a mirror with it, so you could get a little mirror selfie with Pascal. And then, okay, I forgot, there was one more room after that. There's like a moon jellyfish room. They're so pretty. Suddenly the princess jellyfish anime makes sense. Like I too would become totally obsessed with jellyfish. I too would make that my entire personality. They were just so freaking magical looking. And then you got yet another view of this same really big tank with all the different fish in it. I like that you could kind of walk around basically and get full views. And that was that. They had another one of the signs at the end. And then it was merch time. They had just like a lot of generic aquarium merch, like little necklaces and stuff. But then they did, of course, have some Animal Crossing stuff. None of this was like exclusive merch. Like all this stuff you can buy from Nintendo. I didn't get anything because it was all kind of pricey. These little plushies were all $20, I think, which is a little high. They did have all the Legos, and they had a deal that if you got a Lego set, you got special stickers, but they had all the Lego sets I owned. The only one that I'm missing is the Dodo Airlines one, and they didn't have that set. So I was kind of bummed. Otherwise, I totally would have bought it just to get the stickers. My sister's like, who is this man? She was like, I vaguely know who he is. Yeah, because some of these are like New Leaf plush. They're not even New Horizons. These are New Horizons. I've never seen these flick pillows, but $45? Oof. That's a little high. That's a little high. I'm like, I'll just make a pillow at that point. I will just sew one or crochet one. That is too much money. Even for my Queen Celeste. Too much money. And they did have all the Legos like set up in a display. I just snapped this photo because it was like strobe lighting really bad. But yeah, there you go. That was the whole experience. It was so much fun. And I did show a bit at the end. This is like the paper you get. Just like a stamp rally thing. And it says Animal Crossing Sea Life Arizona. So I assume they have different logos for all the different aquariums. I wonder if they do different pictures or if it's just the same generic like museum photo for all of them. And then once you have your stamp card completed, they also gave out these little stickers. Once again, it just has that logo. It says Animal Crossing Sea Life Aquarium Tour. But yeah, these are so cute. I want to put together an Animal Crossing scrapbook. Like I know some people do like gamer scrapbooks or journals like of what games they've played. I've wanted to do for ages, like print out photos of all my islands I've finished and put in a scrapbook. This is so going in that scrapbook. I want to put these somewhere special and not just like lose them. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. I had so much fun going to this, and if you live near one of the aquariums, I totally recommend that you try and go. This was so much fun. And even if you aren't near one of the areas, just go to an aquarium in general. I forgot how much fun it is just going to see animals because I haven't been to an aquarium since I was like a small child. Literally, I think I was probably like 5 or 6. So now I'm like inspired. Like I want to check out. I don't think we have any aquariums here in Tucson that I'm aware of, but we definitely have like a zoo, and we have like some like reptile gardens. I like want to go to those now. This just inspired me to like get out there, be a tourist in my own town, see what's out there, because I never would have like gone out of my way to go to an aquarium, but it was so much fun. Yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling. I've babbled enough, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.